Okay, this is problem number 7 on section 2 of chapter 8. Um, First thing you gotta do is read the problem. So pause the video and read. Identify the null and the alternative hypothesis. Okay, once you did that, we need to use a 5% or 0.05 significance level to test the claim that more than 20% of users develop nausea. So this claim, the claim states that the population proportion is more than 20%. So let me state the null hypothesis, which is P equals to 0.20. Remember, the null hypothesis only admits equality here, and the alternative hypothesis, which is P is more than 0.20. And in this particular case, the claim is on the alternative hypothesis. Okay. So we open the calculator. Let me show you the shortcut on the calculator to get the statistic and the p-value. We go to stat, we go to test, and we choose number 5, one prob z-test, and for the null hypothesis we input the number that is on the null hypothesis here, 0.20, that's p naught. And for x, in this case, is the proportion of people who develop nausea. So it's going to be 51 in this case. 51 out of 212. And on this part, we need to highlight the mathematical symbol on the alternative hypothesis, so that is going to be greater than. Okay, so you might highlight calculate or draw. I particularly like this option better, but you can also click on calculate. Okay, if you do that, the calculator will give you the test statistics, which is right here. Let me capture that screen. Okay, this number corresponds to the test statistics, and this number right here corresponds to the p-value. Okay, so that's how we find those numbers. Okay, as I said before, let me go to stat and test, select number 5. I like this option better, the one that says draw, because you can actually have a visual representation of the test here. So let me capture that screen. Okay, and in this screen they actually give you the same numbers, the test statistic and the p-value. So we need to decide if we reject or fail to reject the null hypothesis, and usually the p-value is the fastest way to decide when you have technology available, like calculators, these graphing calculators. So the p-value is it was a 0.070, and the significance level, they say use a 5% significance level. In this particular case, the p-value is greater than alpha. Okay, so when that happens, we failed to reject. And just watch the previous videos. There is a table I gave you, the previous exercises. When you fail to reject and the claim does not contain equality, you say there is not sufficient evidence to support the claim. Okay, we have this option right here. There is not sufficient evidence to support the claim. Okay, the claim that more than 20% of users develop nausea. So that's how you do this problem with the shortcut on the calculator.